Welcome everyone to probably, I think, is this our first annual or this first annual our cycle a year? We started this about a year ago, our quarterly meetings. So welcome to our one cycle around. I know it's kind of a dreary day today, but I think it's we have a lot of good news to talk to you about today, and maybe brighten up the skies a little bit. I'd like to just talk a little bit about the year in review. This time of the year, we've now closed our books. We have our annual report out, and the year of 1997 is really behind us. And there are some good stories to tell about our last year, although it's a transition year, and there are some not so good stories. But I'd like to just see if I can find at least some of the silver lining of last year. In 1997, we achieved a 3% increase in our total business to $216 million in sales. We opened 6 new stores. 2 of them were conversions, 4 were new sites. On a comp store level, we had a 1% comp store increase, which beats a decrease any day of the week. But even more excitingly, we had a 23% increase in our catalog sales. And in a very competitive catalog environment, that is pretty darn good. And that's excluding our spa sales from the year before. We had a over 100% increase in our internet sales, and a over 100% increase in our home division sales as well. So there are portions of our business that are really doing far better than the national average. We earned some money last year. We earned roughly $600,000 in 1997, compared to a loss the year before when we exited the spa business and had a one-time charge, which made that a loss. So we had some good news, and it would have been, I think, pleasing to all of us if it had been better. And I think 1998 will be better. Our margin last year declined again for the 3rd year in a row. And that's something that we're addressing, and the good news is that we're making big progress in that area. So on average, this 1997, there were some real mixed results. It's not anything, it's not a year that we would like to go bragging about, but there were some successes. There were a lot of transitions. And quite honestly, it was that transition involved a lot of tough decisions that we looked at in rearranging and reassorting the way we did business. I think these tough decisions were made in the best interests of you, the employees of the company, as well as our stockholders, and that the changes that we made in 1997 will really position us for the future to be a lot more successful. I know some of these decisions in the past year or 2 years have not been easy ones, and there were many of you second-guessed some of the decisions that were made. Believe me, I second-guessed a lot of the decisions that were made. That's what makes for sleepless nights. But I think the proof will be in the pudding, and I think at the end of 1998, we will look back upon 97 as really the year that set us up for success, and that created the foundation for a great 1998. If our stock price is any indication of Wall Street's confidence in our future, one of the bright shining lights of 1997 is that our stock price doubled from a year ago. It was roughly 3.25 a year ago, and it's now 6.5 or thereabouts. So for a company's stock price to increase 100%, something's happening, something's going on. There are people out there who are buying or want to buy SHRP stock. So that's very encouraging that Wall Street has that confidence in our company. In the first quarter, we are finally, and this really started at the end of last year, our margin rate, our gross margin rate, has started to turn around. In most companies, if you have a steady decline in something, it takes a while for it to go flat before it can go back up again. Well, we hit bottom and have rebounded, and in the first quarter, our gross margin rate has increased 1.6%. This is really a very important statistic because the gross margin is really how we measure the profitability of our ongoing business. And if we can affect the gross margin of this company, we can really make a lot of money. If we can't fix the gross margin decline, we'll all spin our wheels a lot and never make any money. So this is really quite encouraging that this company is finally starting to make the turnaround in gross margin. In the first quarter of this year, our catalog sales continue to race ahead, and we just reported for the first quarter a 24% jump in our catalog sales. That's pretty dramatic, and I don't see any end in sight. We're always trying to forecast our business, and for the month of May, right now we're running over 50% ahead in our catalog business for that May catalog. That's pretty exciting. So obviously our catalog customers are pretty excited about what they're seeing. I can't say enough great things about our internet site, and as all of you I think have heard, there's a lot of talk and it's in the public consciousness about internet stocks and internet companies. I'd say we were there doing it better before a lot of people, and perhaps today people are realizing how well we were doing, and maybe that's we're getting some recognition for that. But we're continuing to race ahead, almost triple last year's rate of sales. So that's really very exciting because there's a lot of potential for that to grow. We're hoping to increase the proportion of proprietary products in our company. No easy task. Proprietary products are those things that either have our name that say SHRP Image Design on them because we designed them, we manufactured them, we brought them to market, and these are products that we can sell more profitably than, let's say, Sony brand name electronics. But these are products that not only will they be more profitable for us, but they differentiate us. No one else has them because we designed them. And that not only is that a benefit to our bottom line, but it gives the customer a reason to come to our stores because we have personal neck coolers and we have an ionic hair ones that they cannot find anywhere else. So it's very exciting that the rate of introduction of those proprietary products are double last year, and that's a major accomplishment, and I got to give my boss a lot of credit for doing that, because he single-handedly is introducing and increasing the amount of proprietary products, and hopefully I'll get a raise out of saying that. We're making a lot of sweeping changes in the way we do business from everything we do, and from the way our stores look, I think have made dramatic improvements, and I think David Stotts, our Director of Visual Presentation, has made a significant contribution overnight in really making our stores look more colorful, more exciting, bolder, and really very different from the way they looked before. We're looking at the ways that we charge for delivery in our catalogs. There's really a lot of different areas that we're pursuing to see how we can do things differently to make more money for the company. Doing all these things, if we can keep the top line sales growth of the company in the positive direction, that's great. And so in retrospect, 1997, we were able to improve the top line sales. We're able to make a lot of changes in the way we do our business. And I think at the end of 98, we will see a big improvement in sales. I think we'll see a big improvement in profit. And I think we'll see a clear direction of where we will go in 99 and the year 2000, which is to increase both sales and profit. Our current month, if it's any indication, is going in the right direction. I think we're running one of the largest increases. We have 4 days left in the month, and we have one of the best increases in the last 12 months going. So that's very encouraging. Now, there's one little secret that I have to share with you, which we seem to escape myself, as a lot of other people, that in 1997, the SHRP Image had the highest level of sales that it had in its entire 20-year history. Record-breaking sales in 1997. And I promise you today that will not be the last record that we shatter. And we will shatter that in 1998, we'll shatter it in 1999, and add a lot more records. But I think everyone deserves congratulations for not only a great year, but the best in terms of sales, at least the best year the company's ever had. That's a record. So next on our agenda is talk about 1998 going forward and the upcoming Father's Day. So if Shannon and Richard would come up and talk about the Father's Day preview.
Well, we're going to share just a few products with you. Some of you already seen these, some haven't. I'm really excited about the direction our products are going. I think for years, the SHRP Image was viewed as the type of store where they sold products that you really don't need. And I thought that was fine, as long as you want them. I mean, I don't think anybody needs what they sell in Tiffany or in Neiman Marcus, and those are very successful companies. However, if we could make products that people wanted and they served a useful purpose, I think that would be even better. And it tends to be true that a lot of the products that we make in our SHRP Image design group, the products that we design ourselves, do tend to be a little bit more useful. And they've had terrific sales. Generally, every product we've made has generally moved to the top of our company's sales charts. Now the fact is, 3/4 of our business is still products made by others, whether it's Sony, Panasonic, Interactive Health, and those will continue to be some of the most important products for our company's growth. The JVC video camera, the Motorola Talkabouts, those are great sellers for us. But what would change the balance of our profits is if we could make not just 12% of our products in SHRP Image design like we sold last year, but if we could make 20 or 30 or someday 40% of the products ourselves, that would let us really be the profitable company that I'd like us to become. So already this year, we're running at about a 20% sales rate of our own products versus about 12% last year. So that's a significant jump in 1 year. And I believe that by the end of the year, personally, I think that the last quarter will run maybe as high as 25%. So we're making significant inroads there. Some of the recent successes you're already aware of have been products like the Turbo Groomer, the nose hair trimmer, that's been real successful. All the sound soothers have been enormously successful. This one you've seen in the stores and has only been out on the market for about 2 or 3 weeks, which is called the Personal Cooling System. You're aware of this already, but you wear this on your neck and it's cold. I mean, it will drop the temperature on your neck about 10 to 20 degrees below the ambient surrounding air temperature. This works by a battery-powered evaporative cooler, like a miniature air conditioner that you wear on your neck, and then it cools these aluminum cooling plates inside. This product is a phenomenal seller, and why not? It does something everybody wants to do. When you're walking around an amusement park, when you're out gardening, when you're walking, if you're hot in the summertime, if you're really hot, You want to be cool. It's that simple. And for $39, $49, excuse me, for $49, this is a very reasonably priced application of new technology. So this has been a tremendous hit. It's been out 3 weeks. It's going to be a huge hit this summer. And then come the middle of June, we will air for the first time in our history an infomercial program which runs about half an hour called The Best of the Best. And in that infomercial, we will show 3 products. One of them is this product. One of them is the Ionic Hair Wand, which has also been a tremendously successful item. And one of them is a new product, which won't be introduced for about 3 or 4 weeks, called the Steam Wizard, which is the first product that gives you a portable handheld way to use steam to clean spots out of your carpet, your sofas, your car. And that's under the SHRP Image name also. So those 3 products, the Steam Wizard, the Personal Cooling System, the Hair Wand, will be in this infomercial that we'll be testing in the middle of June. This potentially could open an entire new area for us, because we've seen in the past how much infomercials can drive our business at retail as well as in mail order. A couple more. This product's just coming out to the stores right now. This is called the Voice Activated Phone Dialer. This is a $99 product that stores names and lets you retrieve them using your voice and then dials the number for you. So you can just put it up to the phone. This is sort of a first off prototype. We'll see if I can make it work.
Say the name.
Mark Duncan.
Which number?
Home.
Calling.
Mark Duncan.
At home.
So here's a simple little product that does something that nothing does on the marketplace right now. It's totally new technology, and like all new technology, I think we have to be prepared for a lot of hand-holding in our stores, in our order takers, and in customer relations. It's a complicated technology, but we're the first to introduce it. It's $99, and it only is available from SHRP Image Design. Very clever product. And then here's one that's not quite as complicated, but so much fun. This is called the Sports Alarm Soother. This is an AM/FM radio. It's an alarm clock, and it's a soother. But the alarm sounds are labeled baseball, golf, football, tone, or radio. Well, we all know you can wake up to radio. Here's what happens if you want to wake up to baseball. This is what you hear for your alarm sound in the morning. That would wake you up. Okay, if you're a golf fan, here's what you hear. So you get the drive, the shot, and then the putt. And if you're a football fan, here's what you hear. It's like 12 people sort of piling onto each other at one time. I don't know why that's fun for people.
Did the SHRP Image Design Group make those sounds?
Yeah, we just make these in this. And then if you just want to wake up to a straight alarm, here's the straight alarm. And then we relabeled the soother sounds. So the ocean became surf's up. The crickets at night became labeled night game. The babbling brook is now labeled gone fishing. And the rain is labeled rained out. And this is in a pigskin finish, and then the product's also made in a white ash finish. So this one looks like a baseball, this one looks like a football. This is such a cute product for a Father's Day gift especially. I think these are really going to sell just absolutely great. So these 3 products are being introduced right now. Then we have some other products coming for the future during the summer in July and August. So it's a very exciting time in our history because we finally hit something that has taken us 5 years to get to. And that is, we have basically 50 different products in the works right now that'll be introduced over the next basically 24 months. That has never happened before. We've been living in an age and an era when we've been making approximately maybe 6 or 8 products a year. So the idea that we could introduce 25 a year is really stunning, and just 3 in this month practically. It's really going to be a very, very interesting period. And because of the test of the infomercial, the growth of the internet business, and the SHRP image design products, now beginning to develop this product stream of products that are useful at reasonable price points that could be sold internationally, because all these products work in an international marketplace, I think we have a tremendous opportunity to do well the next couple of years. Okay, Shannon, I'm going to let you tell us about a few other Father's Day promotions.
Yeah, I thought I would tell you about a few other things, as Richard is really focusing on SHRP image design products. And what I wanted to do is walk through a couple of the items that we found have proven to be incredibly successful during the spring. And it will show you the different ways that we go about introducing and testing the market. Each one of these products was introduced in a fairly different fashion, and we judge its profitability and then roll it out in different ways. So I'll go through the process and let you see what those different items are. The first one, wait. What? Where's my guy? You jumped the gun, let's see. Perfect. Okay, the first product is the JVC camcorder. And this camcorder for $1,495 has already sold 4 times the previous unit that we introduced at this exact same time last year. Now, that may have been something that one could have predicted because the product is $1,495 as opposed to $2,795. But that means $100,000 in gross profit over last year for the same item. So that's pretty exciting, and it allows the stores to sell a lot more pieces. So this is a very exciting item. The next 2 items are items that we introduced in the catalog only. This first item is called Aqua Golf. And the second item you'll see in a minute is the solar fountain. Now each one of these items is unusual in that, as I said, we started in the catalog and we're about to roll one of them out to the stores. Each one of those produced 5 times gross profit in the catalog for the cost of the catalog. So that means that for every dollar we spent building and mailing the catalog, we made $5 in gross profit on each one of those items. That's a very high return, and it tells us that we have a winner right away. So we're going to roll this Aqua Golf out into the stores, and we anticipate it being an incredible seller for the holidays, for Father's Day. And the next item, unfortunately, also had a 5 times return on its investment, but we won't be able to get that until next year, not a sufficient supply of that item. But it goes to show us that there are lots of ways that we can test items in the catalog and then roll them out and reduce our risk. The next item, Aim and Shoot, was found by Scott Erdman, the toy buyer. And this product has been really fun because we put it in the catalog and then we put it in select stores. So that's an alternative that we have as well. And within the first few hours of being on the store floor, this product was sold out in quite a few stores, and they called immediately and said, wow, we have a winner on our hands. You got to get us more. So again, we rush out there to roll it out to the stores, and we believe this is something that we're going to be able to sell all the way through Christmas, and we're looking at some variations on this theme. Okay. This particular item is one of the most interesting out of the group. I have one here in my pocket because when you see how tiny this item really is, it's quite shocking the kind of sales that we've had on this item. It goes to show that size, cleverness, and cuteness have a lot of sales appeal. This item, we've already sold 9,000 pieces in the course of 8 weeks, which is quite shocking. It's a $6.95 item and is selling great, and we haven't done any promotion at the catalog level. So it's really been quite fun. The next one is a product that Linda Rose basically built and worked with a manufacturer overseas to do, and is another one of those instant bestsellers. It's been incredible, and we anticipate this product selling all the way through Christmas as well. It's our personal care kit. And this product at $49, we've gone through our first order of 10,000 in a month, which is pretty incredible. And we anticipate variations on this theme going forward. The next item is an example of what I would call function wins out lesser than style. In this particular case, the style is what sells, and for $300 we found that this product has its basic feature package, but the customer is voting in a big way because this product is really interesting looking and it's got a great retro look. So it taught us that in many cases look and form have a lot of appeal. The same would be true with the Olympus camera that we're selling. This product right now is ranking in the top 30. So it goes to show that products can come from anywhere. The next one is around our top 40 item is the unit end telephone. Now this I would consider the exact opposite of what the retro zoom is. This is all function and very little form. It's not very stylish, but the customer is obviously very attracted to the fact that for $200 you get an answering machine, a 900 megahertz phone, and caller ID. So that package tells us that the customer really values functions and features for a price. And last but not least is a very important product introduction for us for this coming summer, and we believe throughout the course of the year. This is our new rolling carrier, and as you can see from the photograph, Richard is standing on that product. This is a US exclusive introduction, and there are two main features to this product. The features that you can't see are an invisible vertebrae that bends when it is in any way hit by something and responds or rebounds right back, so the handle is not in any way damaged. The second feature is in its honeycomb memory. So hold on just a second, and I'm going to have Mr. Josh demonstrate these two features for us, because I think it's really incredible to see this. Actually flip it over. Yes. Yeah. So if we take a minute to actually see that we're going to now have Josh stand on this product.
Watch carefully. Don't try this at home.
Okay, now Josh, you can get down. Pop the handle up. And there's no damage to the handle. The most common problem with luggage today is that the handle system cannot withstand lots of damage from the carriers. The most common problem is airline damage. So that's the number one feature. The number two feature is actually, Josh, if you wouldn't mind setting it on its side, is a honeycomb memory system around the edge. It's actually fiberglass. So if you'll either sort of step on it, not stand on it, but lean on it a little, and then have it pop back up. All the other luggage that we've ever sold has actually been a steel frame. You can keep doing that all afternoon. So what happens is that typically you see that bend when anything is impacted against your luggage and it doesn't come back. Well, now you get the ability to have it bend either in the middle or on the sides and it comes back. So we're very excited about this, as no one else will have this product in the entire US, and the price for both of the units at retail are the same as the units we're carrying today. And those will be launched starting next week. Okay, so these are all very interesting and some of our latest successes. We have lots more as we go through the season, as Richard pointed out, both in Sharp Image Design and in the other name brands, and then we'll see how our selling goes in Father's Day. So good luck to everybody. Thanks.
Thank you, Shannon. I'm always amazed at our ability to sell luggage, and I think this new luggage is really going to surprise us. It's always a category that's in our our top 10 list. And now we have something that's exclusive to us, and it's really got a great handle to it. No one knows, but I'm really inside that luggage while Rich is on it. To talk a little bit about the first quarter financial results, Ms. Tracy One is out Did we let her out on vacation? Helen Hartshorn, our controller, is going to come up and tell us about the first quarter. Helen?
Hi. Well, as Barry said, Tracy's on the beaches of Waikiki about now, or Maui, I think, actually. So she, when Barry said she could go on vacation, she said, well, fine, Helen will do my presentation for me. So this is what you get this time. We have good news for the first quarter. As you can see, our revenues of $39.8 million were disappointing against our budget, but they were above last year. And you'll also see that our margin of 46.9% is ahead of what we planned, our 46 margin. Hang on.
Use this mic and see if that works better. Let him do the manipulation.
Okay.
That mic is
Here, let me
present.
grab, okay, 2 seconds and we'll do a little,
Don't take very much from you.
well, I want that.
You want the lights. Okay.
You can have that.
I don't know why the mic is not working.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Richard. Okay, our sales were 10% or 4.5 million below plan, but 10% or 3.5 million ahead of last year. Our gross margin of 46.9% increased 0.9 percentage points over our budgeted margin, and was better than our last year's margin of 45.2%. Our TSI products have a higher margin, and they are also a greater percent of our sales this year, as we'll see as we go through the presentation. The better than planned gross margin that we achieved, as well as staying within our expense budget for the first quarter, helped us to stay on plan for our earnings. We had a loss of 26 cents in the quarter, which was flat to our budget and flat to last year, and this was in spite of our poorer than budgeted sales. We're going to look at sales 2 ways today. We're going to look first at sales by our channels of distribution. You can see that our stores contributed 67% of our sales this year, which is down from 71% last year. And our catalog sales contribution grew to 33% this year from 29% of our sales last year. Comp store sales in the quarter were $24.8 million, which is flat to last year. And our non-comp sales from from our new and closed stores did increase. TSI catalog sales increased 12% over last year to $8.9 million, and our home collection catalog sales increased 57% to $3.4 million, and our internet sales more than doubled from last year, almost tripled. The second way I thought we should look at sales today was by product type. As you can see, many of the large categories are unchanged from last year. Last year is the lower right, and this year is the upper left. The most interesting part of this is that our TSI design products are 13% of our sales in the quarter versus 6% of our sales last year. A very nice increase, and part of our strategy for moving ahead. As we've said before, these products carry a higher margin, and we're looking to that to have a positive impact on our sales and earnings as we go forward. As I said, we stayed within our budget for our expenses. Our buying and occupancy expenses were exactly what we had planned. Our advertising and promotion expenses were lower than planned. Part of this we'll be seeing later in the year, but it will also come with accompanying sales, so it should not negatively impact our bottom line. We're also seeing the impact of the increased expenses for the stores that we opened last year. So again, well within budget for the quarter. I'm through with those. It's nice to have a helper. We're encouraged by our May month-to-date results. Sales have increased 19% over last year, not quite as strong as what we had anticipated, but by far the strongest increase we've seen in quite some time. And our margins continue to improve, and this should have a positive impact on our earnings as we go forward. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Helen. Very good. Maybe we'll tell Tracy not to come back.
Don't do that.
Oh, okay. Well, we called Ron last time for the meeting. We could just call Tracy, get her out of the shower and say, Richard, would you join me? We're going to do the What's on Your Mind portion of our presentation.
And what's in your mind?
What's in your mind? But I want to hear some more things next time around. We only got 4 responses, so either there's not enough on your mind, or something. But we really want to hear. Now you don't have to make things up, and you could just say nice things too. Nah, that wouldn't be as much fun. But we really like to get feedback and hear what's on your mind. So the first question that I have is, are we changing the way our stores look? And there may have been some people have seen some of the things around the office, and we are testing a new store concept, and that first design will probably come out in late summer. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to change all our stores if the test doesn't work. It's a test. But we're very excited about it. We've got a really exciting design that we think will be the most radical change in the way that the store has looked in its history, and it has the potential to be very exciting if it works as well as we think it does. Many times just a new look will create a lot of consumer interest, and we think will make the store a lot more gender friendly. And we'll share this with you as the new look in the next couple of months. So we are secretly working on this, and we hope to have something for you in a couple of weeks.
This was an interesting question. I was at Long's drugstore. They have an imitation sound soother with 7 sounds for only $20. Our sells for about $100 to start with 6 sounds, and if you want 10 sounds, it goes up to $128 or something, $29. Well, you know, here's the thing. We sell what I think is the better quality product. In fact, I actually got an email from somebody that told me they went out and tried to buy 2 or 3 different sound soothers and ended up returning those and buying ours at a higher price. Because generally, it's the idea that we would give people better sound quality, clearer, better quality speaker, better finish, better appearance. I mean, I use sort of a bad analogy, but I'll just make it up if you don't mind. Let's say you came from Mars and you saw like a Hyundai going down the street, and then you saw a Mercedes. You go, you know, they're both doing the same thing. They both have 4 wheels and a steering wheel. What's wrong with you dumb people at Mercedes that your car is $80,000 and this other car is only $20,000? Well, the difference is in a lot of subtle details. And for people who value those details, they'll pay the little bit extra price. Now, the best situation for us of all is to have something that's so new that nobody else has it, like the personal cooling system. So conceivably, there might be a cheaper version someday out there for half price, but nobody has that this year, so we can easily sell ours for $49. And quite frankly, this is true in every technological area. I was very saddened to see that the Dell computer that I ordered from their internet site, now you can buy for $800 less already, and if I spent the same amount of money, I could get one that's 33% faster, and that's just in 5 months. But that's technology. Technology is introduced first. It has a fairly upper end price because it's new technology. As it moves through the marketplace, it gets less expensive. I won't tell you how old I am by reminding you that I learned a lot about writing ads from reading Joe Sugarman's ads, and his first one was for a calculator, the same calculator that today you buy at Long's for about $9.95, and his first one was for $600 with those same exact functions. So to answer the question, we introduce new technology first. If we continue to sell it, we better make darn sure that ours are better, and the proof of the pudding is our Sound Soother business has never been better than it has been this year. And we asked ourselves a year ago, what's it going to mean that all these cheaper imitations are coming out? And the answer is, so far, it's popularized the concept, but we make the better quality product, and the customers continue to recognize that. So we're the Mercedes-Benz of the Sound Soother business, and we should be proud of that.
Richard, did they have calculators back then?
No beads. Oh, beads.
Okay. The next question. This shows that people are out there and they're shopping, they're aware. This is from someone who said, how can Mary Tanner stand up at a quarterly meeting and claim that for an individual to get health coverage, we would need to pay over $700 a month with a $1,500 deductible? According to the above, and someone sent this, it says, from the Affordable Health Insurance Company, 0 deductible. According to the above statement, she's not a very good shopper.
I see that too.
Yeah, right.
That looks like a pretty good deal.
Yeah, it does look like maybe we should call it.
Have you seen this, Mary?
Mary, why don't you go and refute this? Make sure we're getting a good deal here.
Well, I have to thank the mystery shopper for the encore request, but it hurts to be called a bad shopper. This marketing piece sounds really impressive. There's no deductible. It's not an HMO, because HMO is almost a 4-letter word. For an individual who's 30-something, like me, it lists a monthly rate of $42. But we're going to dig a little bit further into this. Let me explain that the group plan we offer is just that. It's a group plan. We work with an insurance broker, a company that shops for insurance for large groups like ours, and helps us get the best plan for the best price, a plan that will cover about 700 people who work in 28 different states. It's an optional health insurance plan, and certainly no one's required to sign up for it. In fact, I think you really owe it to yourselves and to your families to shop around for a plan that makes the most sense for you, and it might not be our group plan. When you're shopping for insurance coverage, make sure you evaluate the entire package and not just what's on the surface. So let's talk about this particular ad. I called to get some more information, and the gentleman who sent this flyer out told me that if I was looking for group plans, that ironically I ought to look at Prudential because they have very aggressive rates. The Blue Cross plan that's advertised is what's called a preferred provider plan, and it's not an HMO, but you need to go to a doctor that's on their list, so it's another form of managed care. The mystery shopper had listed also on their note here that their doctor has said Prudential is one of the worst medical coverages, and that if maybe somebody else did the shopping, we could get a better plan. If you're looking for a plan that's going to make your doctor happy, you should not look at managed care, because doctors basically hate to be told by insurance companies what to do. So if you want to make your doctor happy, pick the kind of plan I was talking about at the last meeting. This advertised Blue Cross plan has a $40 office visit copayment, and that's in very little type on the flyer. And what they don't even list on the flyer is that there's a 35% hospital copayment. So if you should actually get sick, you're going to pay a lot of money, 35% of your hospital bill. There's another Blue Cross plan that's comparable to the Prudential plan that we offer, and that plan costs $133 a month. So compared to the HMO I'm on, which is $62, and that one includes dental and life insurance, this may not be such a good deal. And even then, the fine print says these rates are subject to final underwriting. Uh-oh. That means they're going to look at my medical history, they're going to look at my family medical background, and most likely the rates are going to be higher. So don't be fooled by this kind of marketing. The rates listed aren't quotes, and they aren't necessarily what I would pay or what you would have to pay for this kind of plan. Again, there are a lot of options out there. I shop for the group plan as part of my job, and I take that very seriously. But as individuals, you and I ought to shop the market and find the best plan for our individual needs. Remember that our group plan includes medical, dental, and life insurance, and be sure that you're doing an apples to apples comparison and not comparing apples to artichokes. One last thing regarding this comment, I'd like to invite our mystery shopper to get in touch with me, because I think there are some things that he or she could learn from me, and I think there are some things that I could learn from him or her. Thanks.
You know, I think it's really healthy that people bring up the question, because it's good for all of us to hear the answer. And I thought that was a really good answer, Mary. Here's a question: what's happened with our SHRP stock recently? Why has it been jumping around so much? I think, truthfully, two things. One is that we've come off a number of years where maybe there was not a perception out there that we were on a positive uptrend, both in sales and earnings. And I think right now the market has identified that we're on a positive uptrend in sales and earnings. And that probably is that simple. The other thing is that we are occasionally talked about in internet chat stock buying groups as potentially an internet play, and that's great. I mean, I love the fact that it's recognized that we're one of the first to get into the world of electronic shopping, that we're doing very well at it, and if people think our stock's undervalued, that's a great reason to buy into our stock. You know, in so many ways, we're still such a cheaply valued stock. I'll just give you one quick example. It just kills me. Amazon.com, great concept. They're selling books on the internet. Doing a great job. Did 167 million of sales last year. 167 million of volume. We did 217. Is that right? Our sales are almost 50% higher. They lost $27 million last year doing that. We made about $1 million. Their capitalized value in the marketplace, that is taking the number of shares out there times their stock price, is $2 billion. Our capitalized value is less than 100 million. So their capitalized value is 20 times ours, even though we did 50% more business, and they lost tons of money and are planning to lose tons more money this year. I mean, life ain't fair, let me tell you. But at least our stock's moved up from 3.5 to about roughly 6.5, 7. So we're making progress.
Well, either we need to start selling books or lose more money, one or the other.
Work on losing more money.
Okay, all right. All right, well, the next presenter, it gives me great pleasure to introduce, because it's nice to have her back. Many of you may or may not know that Davia Kinney was out for a little while on medical leave, and we're so pleased that she's back and she's healthy and she's here with us. So, Davia?
Oh, thanks. If I don't fall down pointing to things here, I'll be around for a little longer. Again, I have a co-presenter. It's very nice. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the posters that are arrayed up here so that you can be familiar with the Invented Here program. We chose the words invented here very carefully so that they could be the most preemptive type of statement that we could make, the strongest thing we could say about the company that really is the innovator here, the one that is cooling necks all over the country as we speak, the one that is soothing sports fans, whether they need it or not. One of the things we need to be careful, though, is that we apply it to the right products and we don't overuse it. So from that standpoint, we need to apply it with care just to protect our franchise. So it's only used on those products that are developed by us alone or developed by us in collaboration with someone else and offered to us alone. So great care, I think, needs to be applied. It's also distinguished by what I would call a very unique graphical treatment, which you can observe right here. It's characterized by bright colors and the fact that it's always treated in the same way. When we first posted this in the Davis Street store, and David Stotts put it up so that Barry and Richard and Shannon could come take a look at it, I think we were all taken aback because it did create this real cacophony of color. The exciting part of which is that it did orient people's eyes toward the things that were most important in the stores.
Yeah, we just show those.
Ah,
So these are actually the store graphics that you are seeing in the store.
little did I know.
So here's the new voice dialer.
We just brought a selection of them here so that you could see, but there are many of them. All of the items that fall into this category will get posters.
Great. Good photography.
Yeah, great credit to Woody and his team and to David and his team. Thanks, Richard. In stores, as I mentioned, you'll see these posters, which are 30 by 30. You'll also see siders, which are really toppers that we turned on the side, in case any of you wonder what that word actually means. These are applied to all the signs so that they can be easily identified. And some very impactful packaging, which I don't know if you can see right here, but the idea is that we're capturing the same look on those signs on these packages. We can create outposts of packages that make a statement about the products. And that's very important in terms of communicating our product. You know how often we're using packages to do that. So to redesign those also creates this kind of oasis of color that's important. In our catalogs, I think all of you have seen the June catalog with a cyber head on it with a personal cooling system. Again, this is a case where the creative group has been able to use that same graphic story on the catalog. And then when you open it, and this happened in the previous catalog as well, the letter from the chairman refers to Invented Here and explains how it is that we create products that receive that qualification. Then throughout the catalog, there's a light bulb that identifies the products themselves. We have some additional things that we're doing as well. Our newspaper and magazine ads, which typically cover these categories of products anyway, we run in the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times regularly. Right now we're adding a few other things, and all of those will include the sign Invented Here. We're talking about doing a personal cooling system in some warm weather climates, perhaps in Newsweek, perhaps in Popular Science, with which we've had some great luck. Another product that's seeing some extra media coverage is the Ionic Hair Wand, which we've put in Health Magazine, I think, 3 times this season with Sandy Shepard's help. We're also doing press releases. It's my pledge to do press releases for all of the products in this category. So I've been quite busy doing that. Fortunately, Sandy and her team helped me because just a couple weeks ago we sent out a number of personal cooling systems to broadcast producers so that we may be seeing some of those on the air. But ongoing, we'll be doing press releases on all of these products. We also have special POP treatment in the stores. Between David Galen and Aaron, we're creating a lot of outposts that can draw customer attention to these products very easily. One that's upcoming is the one for the remote voice-activated dialer, where they've created a sort of phone booth effect, which I think will be very visibly attractive in the store. And in addition, as with everything else, Josh is creating the same sorts of efforts on the web. Right now he's working on a banner campaign through DoubleClick that'll enable us to use banners on the web and click right to the site where the personal cooling system can be sold. So quite a few things that work along with this. As you well know and as you've heard Richard talk about very much, the benefits to TSI of doing things this way are great. First of all, if we are able to feature exclusive products that can't be competitively shopped, the value to us is that then we're establishing value to the customer and no one else is. So whether it's a $49 personal cooling system or a $199 stereo soother, they're not able to adequately compare these across our competitors. And of course, because we control the manufacturing process as well, we're able to command high gross margins that we're not able to perhaps in some of our other products. In addition, and perhaps most importantly, it promotes our brand as the innovator, the leader in the industry in innovation, and provides a unifying theme that talks to what customers are wanting from us today. Let me show you a few more of the ciders. They apply to every product. You can come up and take a look at them later. I also wanted to make a comment or two about Father's Day, because this provides the core around which we're going to build Father's Day promotions. For Father's Day, we have strong window presentations. We're saying about, our theme is Father's Day, the gift store. We have what we're calling a monolith, which looks like this, right behind this banner, that orients people to that. We're also going to have Duratrans on the windows that say the same thing. We're going to be featuring the Sport Soother and the personal cooling system very prominently in the store. We'll be using blue ciders that relate to this. And we have a watch promotion going on at the same time. So I think if you go into this store, it's a burst of color. I think it's going to look much stronger, very exciting as we go forward. And the same cider effect, the the Father's Day gift store promotion, or Perfect for Dad, will be covered in the catalog as well and on the internet. So I think there's a lot happening that's going to be very exciting, certainly very colorful, certainly very impactful and different looking than what we've done before. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie. That was nice.
Thanks, Richard.
Want to get you guys to wake up a little bit? Oh, now we got the fun part.
All right. fine.
Okay, finally. We're going to talk about, we have a lot of awards to give out. We have the coinciding of our quarterly awards for the first quarter, but we also want to recognize at this meeting the winners of the year, Corporate Associates of the Year. So we have a bunch of people to recognize. So first, let's knock off the quarterly guys first, okay? The first one award goes to Bill Farrow, and Bill cannot be with us because he's on his honeymoon in France. If I was me, I would have been here. Maybe not. Bill is our manager of allocation and distribution. Very important function, getting the right products to the right stores at the right time. And Bill is relatively new to the company. Bill's been with us about October, November, so just about 6 months. And he's really done a great job and taken responsibility for the distribution and store merchant communication. And he has instantaneously, cultivated great credibility between the store group and the merchants, and has really kept us in a higher in-stock position than I remember for quite some time. So congratulations to Bill for the first quarter and for getting married and going to France. Okay, next.
The other associate of the quarter is the fellow that I work with almost every day. I talk to him. And this guy, I got to tell you, there are very few people that are as conscientious and are in as early and stay as late and have so many details to juggle. I mean, I know we all feel like our jobs are hard, but this person's job is way hard. They have got so many loose ends out there because the person is supervising the production of our Sharper image design products. And that means coordinating all these factories in the Far East. And you would not believe the amount of detail and follow-up and little problems and big problems and headaches. I mean, it is amazing. And every day he comes in, he's in the best mood. He's like so happy. You wonder, what is this person on? How you can be so happy every day and so energetic and so excited about the job every day. And he does it just so consistently day after day. It's been absolutely great. And it's a lot of the reason that we're now turning out all these products. So step forward, our Director of Production, Associate of the Quarter, Tom Krisiak. You can tell us how you do it, Tom.
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. 'Cause, really, I think part of the reason why it seems to go real well, we get along real good. And our group has a lot of synergy that we've been able to put together. And it's one hell of a lot of fun when you got stuff that seems to work pretty well. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations.
Our next associate of the quarter is in the DC, and her name is Lori Snyder, and she is the team leader of the stores department, and she is our Associate of the Quarter for the first quarter '98. Obviously, Lori won't be here to pick up her award. She's in the Little Rock. Hi, Lori. Congratulations. Lori came to us from Levi Strauss in their distribution center, and she started as a temporary during the holiday season in 1996. And she started as an order puller, and then she was promoted to full-time with us in February '97. 6 months later, she was promoted again to a team leader, and has done just a great job. And her supervisor wrote, "Lori is very receptive to new procedures and has demonstrated her ability to accept and implement change. This includes discussing new ideas to improve productivity and accuracy in our shipments. She has a great attitude and is extremely dedicated to the company in getting her work done in a professional manner." So congratulations to Lori. This is for the buying team of the quarter. And so I'd like Team 100 to come up for a second. Mystery. Come on, Team 100. These are the winners. And Jennifer Green, is she here? Come on, Jennifer. This team had a plan of $8 million for the quarter, and they did $8.9 million for the quarter, which was a 9.8% increase over plan. Their gross profit was 6.4% ahead of plan, and far outshone the entire company. So great performance for the first quarter. I've seen you up here before, haven't I? And Alyssa Chun, Teresa Roberts, Suzanne Nelson, and Jennifer Green. Everybody wore black today. Okay. We have the award for the top store in comp store sales, and that comp store is White Plains, who had an unbelievable 34.6% increase for the first quarter, which is pretty amazing. And so congratulations to Maria Ketchy, who's the store manager for the White Plains store.
Go to it.
Okay, we're going to recognize the Associates of the Year, and perhaps we could have them all come up and stand up here. And
Yeah, I think they should stand right here.
I think they should stand so that they get some of the recognition that they deserve for just a great contribution for 1997. So first up is Marianne Torrey. Marianne. Marianne's been with the company for more than 5 years and has worked in the merchandising department prior to joining the accounting department, working with Tracy Wan. I think you get an award just for working with Tracy, don't you? Marianne has a very positive attitude and great approach towards work, and she takes an ownership interest in her responsibilities. And she works with our custom brokers and freight forwarders in obtaining freight savings on import shipments. And she's highly motivated and always looking to learn new skills. Thank you, Marianne. You're going to have to stand here while all the other people come up. Next up, Andrew. Come on up, Andrew Cushing. Talk about success stories. This is a success story right here. Andrew started in August '93 as a demonstrator in one of our stores and has been just one success story after another. He was promoted to senior sales associates, then later to second assistant manager in March of '95, He moved into the merchandising department as a distributor. A year later, he then was assistant manager in the international division. And I personally have had an opportunity to work with Andrew in this last 12 months, and he is just excelled in everything he does, from his interpersonal communication, his work ethic, and he's just in there pitching all the time and shows a great deal of care for what he does. So congratulations, Andrew. Mary Beth Frederick. Mary Beth. We prepare over 2 million words of advertising each year in our catalog and in our stores. And
How many good words?
and
100,000 good words, a million eyes.
over 2 million words with hardly a typo. This individual has successfully managed our copywriting.
Are we paying them by the word or what's it?
By the word, right? This individual has successfully managed our copywriting to the highest level of quality and accuracy that our company has enjoyed for some time. Mary Beth joined our company since 1993, first in customer relations, I didn't know that, and then in retail administration, and finally in the creative department as our managing editor. She is remarkably consistent, intelligent, precise, cooperative, mature, practical. Is this an ad for a singles magazine? Working through the invaluable words that appear on every project that comes through the creative department. Mary Beth, thank you very much. Now, Vivian Godwin. Vivian, is she here? She's on the phones. Oh, that's too bad, because, well, Vivian's doing what she likes to do. She's on the phones. Vivian has been with the Sharper Image for over 4 years now. All of those years servicing the front lines, listening, empathizing, and resolving customer crises. Her patience and even the most challenging customers have demonstrated her invaluable value to us as a company. She treats each and every one of our customers with the utmost respect, and it is that kind of service that secures loyalty. Vivian has trained over 200 telemarketing and customer service associates in those 4 years. Without people like Vivian, it would be impossible to build the kind of team that we need to stay on the cutting edge of service standards. So congratulations to Vivian.
Keep going. No, you're doing great. Keep going.
Here, got a drink here.
How many more?
43 we have. No, we only have 7 more. Josh Tredikoff. Josh, can you stand? We have a suitcase here. Could you stand? Josh is the Marketing Department Associate of the Year, and it's written here, Josh is the Marketing Department Associate of the Year because he acts as if he owns the place. Well, it's a great way to act. And in Josh's sense of ownership of our internet site that has helped us nearly triple our sales over the last year, his understanding has helped us with his salesmanship and technical abilities to ensure that customers find our site useful and up and working. Always helps. His willingness to work around the clock when necessary keeps us current, accurate, and open for business 24 hours a day. Josh, thanks a lot. I guess out of the corporate office is our Loss Prevention Department Associate of the Year, Mike Maddox. So we'll congratulate Mike. Mike started with us in 1992 as the loss prevention specialist in the Washington, D.C. store. And his primary function was to eject shoplifters, sometimes several on each day. With the closing of that store, he was transferred to the Georgetown store, and through the years has received formal training and experience in many other areas, including internal theft investigations. He's become a key player in our loss prevention department with a good number of successful investigations to his credit. His hard work is a contributing factor to our success in controlling shrinkage. So congratulations to Mike. Thank you. Ian Forsyth. Ian, come on up. Ian is our MIS Department Associate of the Year and has been a dedicated associate for 8.5 years. Wow, that's fantastic. He began his career in customer service as a representative and then a team leader. In 1994, he was promoted to computer operator and was then promoted to programmer trainee in 1996. Ian quickly acquired the skills to become a major contributor in the systems and programming area. And for the last 2 years, Ian has managed the production of the catalog mailing tapes and has over a 100% error-free track record. Pretty impressive. He was promoted to programmer last November. Congratulations, Ian. Well, another repeat performance. The Merchandising Department Associate of the Year is Teresa Robertson. Teresa? Teresa began at the SHRP Image as a store planner in 1996 and quickly became promoted to the spa coordinator. In March of '97, she was promoted to the control buyer in the business development area, and in July, she moved to the merchandise planning department in electronics. Well, you've got to get around, don't you? Teresa has been chosen the Associate of the Year for merchandising because she epitomizes the kind of professional, even-keeled, mature individual that will help us build this company. Teresa, along with Alyssa and Suzanne, manage our riskiest and most volatile department. And the electronics is a very risky department, and managing it, as Richard tells me every day, managing that department takes a lot of care and expertise. Teresa, thank you very much. The Human Resources Department Associate of the Year is Fee Chin. Fee is an outstanding performer and has a great attitude. Fee is always willing to take on additional responsibilities above and beyond her regular workload, and she processes large volumes of work accurately and on time. She processed a raise for me that was an error, but I haven't gotten around to telling her about it. It was the only mistake she's made. She is someone everyone else in the department can rely upon for information and teamwork. Fee has worked for the company since 1993 and is our payroll specialist. Thank you, Fee. James Kuntz. James? James has worked in various capacities in the order processing department and is currently our special services representative. Is that like the Secret Service?
Customers that are too much of a problem, he goes out of business.
James has been with the company for 10 years. Pretty good. James is always willing to help at other desks and is keen on learning new information. His good work in credit card chargebacks has saved the company hundreds of thousands of dollars and has helped make our chargeback department a leader in the direct marketing industry. But more importantly, these are qualities in James are consistency and remarkable patience with customers. You're going to tell me how you do that. This sets him apart as an outstanding associate. Congratulations, James. Last but not least, for our Associate of the Year is the SHRP Image Design Department Associate of the Year, SF Lau. SF? He is in Hong Kong working. He cannot accept at this time. Will you accept for him?
Sure.
SF Lau is in Hong Kong putting the latest SHRP Image Design products into production. He is a dedicated and skilled product development electronics engineer. Everyone that has worked with SF knows his patience and soft-spoken way of convincing others what he believes in. His knowledge has been one of the reasons that Sharp Image Design has succeeded in developing a wide range of products. And when you think about it, it's pretty challenging to develop a lot of products as diverse as we do. And Chuck Taylor, our vice president, has known SF for almost 12 years and raves about the job that SF Lau has done in creating a lot of our products. So congratulations to SF in Hong Kong.
May I just say that as we've all sort of worked here that have been here a while, I think one thing we grow to appreciate is that the working relationships with the people we have are so much of our life every day because we spend so much time with these people, sometimes as much or more of our waking hours than we even spend with our own families. So it's very important that you like the people you work with and that you have a feeling of community and family with those people. For those up here on the podium, I know most of you have been working for a long time and with a tremendous amount of ability to enjoy your human relationships with those at work while at the same time doing really excellent work. And that kind of communication and good feeling and joyfulness of spirit, I think, is what makes coming to work pleasant and enjoyable. So to me, it's probably the most important thing about my entire experience at the Sharper Image is seeing these relationships develop over time with people that enjoy working in our company, have done it for a long time, and do a really good job. Thank you and congratulations, all of you.
Okay. Prize drawn.
All right,
All right.
a couple prizes.
Wow.
As you recall when you were here last time, we decided as long as we're all going to troop over here, we may as well do an additional thing of some door prizes to make it a little bit of extra fun for the trip over.
So we have, so I'll call off the number and, ready
Yeah,
to-
how do we decide which prize goes with which number?
I don't know.
What do we do, smaller prizes first and sort of work up? Shannon, do you want to help us and pick
There's
some?
only 2 small prizes in the list.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
I think the first thing you need
I
to
forgot to
know-
read this card. Why do you guys give away those cheap little products in the door prizes?
So this time, we're actually going to tell you that if you look at the weather outside, you don't have to take this stuff home today. We're going to mark the product, take it back to the corporate office, and you can figure out how to get it home later, because I don't think that very many of you are going to be able to get this home. So first thing you need to know is don't worry about that part of it. And I think we should just start picking.
Okay. So,
Great.
the first winning number is
What are we reading, the last 3 digits or the last 4 digits?
last 4 digits.
And 4 of them.
Everyone have their ticket?
Okay, a little close for me at this age. 3267. What is this?
These are
Oh,
shower-
we have 4 shower
4.
mirrors. Okay, so we're gonna give away 4 of them. So we gotta draw 4. 3267, 3236, 3246, and 3177. I'll get a Shower Tech fog-free mirror.
Throw it back.
No one claimed that one?
Well, maybe. Nope.
So we're missing ends with 3177, 3267, 3236, or 3246. Do you know, by the way, did y'all, how many hands show up? Show me with a show of hands, how many people followed the story of the Powerball lottery? Only half the room? Real quick, Powerball lottery is like a 5-state lottery. The jackpot got up to $110 million. Can you believe that? Or something like that. So this guy wins it. He's retired. He's about 65 years old. True story. It happened about 2 weeks ago. Lives in Ohio. Nice guy. And so he and his wife decided to take a one-time lump sum payment. I must have the pre-number wrong because the after adjustment, one-time lump sum, just going to give him the check. Forget this yearly stuff. He goes, at my age, I don't want to wait 20 years. Just give me the darn check. $104 million is given to this couple.
It was 195, I think, was the total.
195 was the pre-tax total or whatever. So the guy gets a check for $104 million. And he decided to buy drinks for everybody in the bar. And he said everybody in the town will have free drinks for the rest of their life. That was interesting. What a story. Can you imagine? Anyway, So hey, shower tech mirror, $104 million. We need one more shower tech mirror, real quick. I don't know what that story has to do with anything. 3, 2, 4, 5. All right, shower tech mirror. Okay. The next prize is the Carnegie briefcase, the same briefcase carried by Andrew Carnegie when he was a railroad magnate. This is a very attractive briefcase. Has a retail value of about $65. 3265 and 3190. 3190. Good. Now here's a person who's been taking orders and working in our customer relations and supervising teams for a long time. How long?
Well, not anymore, but I did for a long time.
Right. For how long?
I've always wanted one.
If you put your whole employment together?
Over 15 years.
15 years, that's pretty good. Okay, back masseurs. These work in your car or in your chair, and they massage your back and have heat, I believe. Yeah, with heat. Okay, did I call 3255 yet? 3255 is one. All right. Calvin, come on up. And 3234.
Can I pick it up later?
Yeah.
Got it.
Congratulations. And 3234 is the other one.
We need you to come up here and put your name on it after.
And these have a retail value of about what, Shannon?
Oh,
104 million.
150?
About $150 each. Those are nice gifts. Congratulations. No.
Okay, then will you write on it after the fact? Come over and write on it?
So then, since these are sort of bigger, you don't have to come up. Why don't you just stand so we can sort of see who the winners are? Two Zion Series 3A electronic organizers. About a $200, $300 product? What does that sell for, Shannon? Roughly. It's a $400 product, roughly? 300, whatever. What's money when you're talking about 104 million? It's like, it doesn't matter. Give or take it. Okay, 3191 and 3203. All right, you can carry this today, probably. Congratulations.
There you go. Thanks. There you go.
Now it's appropriate to account.
So Deborah Larry, what's your current title? Telecom specialist. You've had a brilliant career, I must say. You've done so many good jobs well, and you've excelled at all of them. It's really terrific. A telescope. Tasco telescope. Good looking product. 3237. All right. So you'll come up later and put your name on that? So this is like a little stool you put like so when you watch TV or for the cat to sleep on. It's a cute little product. What's the retail value of that, Judy? Oh, no? Okay.
This belongs to me.
We found this in the other room. We just gave it away.
Glenn, we must have picked this up somewhere along the way.
Really? About a little bit, around $100? Well, since we're touching on home, and since I thought this was home, I do want to compliment home. Has had a terrific spring season, by the way. Our sales have been excellent, and we've done a really nice job at home. Congratulations, Judy.
Congratulations, too.
Okay, so the winner of this stool is 3201. Good. Congratulations. Do you have a cat? No. Snake? Oh, one of my favorites. This product is made in Amsterdam, and it holds 200 CDs in sort of a spinning device that lets you select any one of the CDs, and then it pops the CD out for you. I'm sorry the box doesn't do it justice, but it's a beautiful product that retails for $199 and organizes 200 CDs. And the winner of that is 3199. Who is that? 3199. Okay, going. Next one is, the winner of this is 31 This is how Powerball got up to $195 million. 3192. All right, Sherry. Good for you. Okay, music responsive massage mat with heat. This is a full body mat that sort of works on top of a chair, or you can use it as an extra chair. Two of these. And this has a retail value of approximately $200. You guys didn't do any of the $7 products this time, I must say. What happened to those gold-plated kazoos and stuff?
We'll do one in this guy.
Wow, last prize is a package of no. Okay. Two of these, 3239 and 3250. So stand up, let us see who you are. Congratulations. So this is a music responsive massage cushion with heat. So this is a slightly different model, but again, it works in any seat or your car. And the winner of this is 3186. Is there a winner of 3186? You won that? Congratulations. You have to stand up though so you can see.
Now, we have 6 of the original rolling carriers from Kingport. This is a $255 product. Great shape. We have the boxes right over here, so we'll put them back in the boxes so they'll be carefully packed back up before you leave today, okay?
So this is brand new condition, $250 product with the roller skate wheels, the pop-out cart. You cannot jump on this one, however. Do not jump on this.
This is not a trampoline, okay?
And we have how many of those?
6.
6 of those. Good accessory for any traveling. 3204, just stand up and let's see who you are. All right. 3193. Yeah, all right. 3194. All right. 3231. Yeah. 3224. Good. And the last one, if I counted correctly, is 3179. Good. Excellent.
Okay, one more thing. One more massage.
So this is the
System.
last
Yeah.
item in the drawing.
Yep.
The
That's it.
Body Masseur Deluxe Body Massage System. So this one actually folds out into a full mat to lie on.
Right.
Yeah. Also with heat. And that has a retail value of about 200-ish. And the winner of that is 3229. Bill Haber. All right, Bill. The guy doing the videotaping. What?
Oh.
And don't forget to come over here and mark your goodies.
Important announcement.
Well, last year, if you all remember, we had I thought we had a lot of fun. We had a July 4th cook-off challenge. And you guys did an unbelievably great job of cooking up some great things, which I'm still trying to work off some of. And we thought we would do something a little bit differently this year. And we're all inviting you, because instead of you cooking for us, we'd like to cook for you this year. And so in the little park across the street, which is what's
Sydney Walton Park.
Sydney Walton Park, we're inviting everyone for a cookout, and the executive committee is going to cook lunch for you guys, July 2nd.
Serve it up.
So we're serving, and it'll be around 12:30ish on July 2nd, because I think isn't the day after is a holiday.
Friday.
So we'll kick off the holiday with lunch on us. So I think that's it.
Yeah.
All
What
right.
if we don't like spam?
Does everyone like spam? Okay, I think that ends it for today. There's a reception for everyone next door.